Why are so many Americans packing their bags, selling everything they own, and starting completely new lives in the Philippines? It's not just a few digital nomads chasing sunshine. Across the country, from bustling megacities to quiet seaside towns, Americans are arriving in large numbers. Retirees, remote workers, even young families looking for a fresh start. And the question everyone's asking is simple: why here and why now? In this video, we're diving into 11 key cities across the Philippines that have become hotspots for Americans, each one offering its own unique lifestyle. We'll go from Metro Manila, where modern skyscrapers meet chaotic charm, to laid-back Dumaguete, known as the city of gentle people, to adventure hubs like Cagayan de Oro and island paradises in Palawan. Some of these places are booming with opportunity, while others promise peace, affordability, and a strong sense of community. But this isn't just about geography. There's a bigger story unfolding, one that reaches back to the United States itself. Many Americans are leaving because they feel priced out of their own country. The cost of housing, healthcare, and everyday life has skyrocketed. Add in political polarization, constant stress, and a culture where many feel isolated, and you start to see why thousands are looking overseas for a different way of life. The Philippines, on the other hand, checks nearly every box. It's affordable, English is widely spoken, the culture is welcoming and family-centered, and there's an undeniable familiarity that makes Americans feel at home. Whether it's modern condos in Cebu, mountain escapes in Baguio, or beachfront living in Puerto Princesa, the choices are endless, and life here often costs a fraction of what it would back in the States. So let's break it down city by city and explore exactly why the Philippines has become one of the top destinations for Americans leaving the U.S. behind. Metro Manila, the starting point. For most Americans arriving in the Philippines, the journey begins in Metro Manila. The capital region is the country's beating heart, chaotic, vibrant, and overwhelming all at once. Manila serves as the primary entry point, with its massive international airport connecting directly to the US, Europe, and nearly every Asian hub. Beyond being the gateway, it's also home to embassies, government offices, and the bureaucracy that expats need to deal with when applying for visas or setting up long-term residency. But Manila isn't just paperwork and traffic. For newcomers, it's a city of endless options. Nightlife that rivals major U.S. cities. Gigantic shopping malls where you can find everything from local street food to imported brands. And an international food scene that reflects the Philippines' diverse history. From ramen shops run by Japanese chefs to American-style steakhouses, the comforts of home are never too far away. For families, Manila also hosts a concentration of international schools and prestigious universities, making it a practical choice for parents moving with children. Still, life in Metro Manila comes with challenges. Traffic congestion is notorious, often turning short drives into hour-long ordeals. Pollution and noise can wear people down, and the cost of living here is noticeably higher than in provincial cities. Because of this, many Americans use Manila as their base camp, a place to land, adjust, and get their bearings before moving to quieter destinations across the islands. Yet some expats choose to stay long-term, particularly in upscale neighborhoods like Makati, Bonifacio Global City, BGC, and parts of Quezon City. These districts offer sleek high-rise condos, modern offices, and a lifestyle that feels closer to Los Angeles or New York than the rural Philippines. For business-minded expats, Manila remains the best place to plug into opportunities while still enjoying Filipino warmth and hospitality. Angeles City, Pampanga, the expat capital. Travel just a couple of hours north of Manila, and you'll find Angeles City, Pampanga, long considered the expat capital of the Philippines. Its history is deeply intertwined with the United States. For decades, Angeles was home to Clark Air Base, one of the largest U.S. military facilities in Asia. Even after the base closed in the early 1990s, thousands of Americans chose to stay, and new waves continue to arrive each year. Today, Angeles City still carries that legacy. Walk around certain neighborhoods and you'll hear American accents, spot diners serving pancakes and burgers, and see bars playing NFL games live. Affordable housing and a wide range of international food options make it especially comfortable for long-term living. For many, it offers the best of both worlds, the affordability of the Philippines, but with just enough Western familiarity to feel like home. Angeles also appeals to retirees and veterans who feel a deep connection to their military past. Others are drawn to the city's growing infrastructure, casinos, golf courses, new business parks, and the nearby Clark International Airport, which makes international travel easy without battling Manila's notorious traffic. Of course, Angeles has its controversies. For years, it had a reputation for nightlife excess, attracting visitors more interested in the bar scene than community. But that image is slowly changing. A younger wave of expats, families, and entrepreneurs are reshaping the city, building businesses, and seeking a more balanced lifestyle. For Americans who want a semi-Western lifestyle in the Philippines without the chaos of Manila, Angeles remains one of the top destinations, a city where history, convenience, and expat culture collide. Subic Bay, Zambales, American roots. Just a short drive from Angeles lies Subic Bay, another city with deep American roots. Once the site of the largest U.S. naval base outside America, Subic transformed dramatically after the base's closure in the early 1990s. Instead of becoming a ghost town, the area reinvented itself as a free-port zone, attracting investors, retirees, and expats who appreciated its unique mix of order and opportunity. Subic feels different from many other Philippine cities. Wide, well-maintained roads, strict zoning laws, and an emphasis on cleanliness give it a distinctly Western atmosphere. For Americans used to suburban layouts, Subic feels familiar, a planned community with organized neighborhoods, shopping centers, and leisure facilities. It doesn't have the chaotic sprawl of Metro Manila, and that's part of its appeal. Lifestyle here revolves around the bay itself. With a strong boating and diving culture, Subic attracts water lovers who want to spend their days sailing, jet skiing, or exploring the coastline. There are also ecotourism options, from jungle hikes to wildlife encounters. While it may not have the booming nightlife of Angeles, Subic offers something more peaceful, a balance between city amenities and nature escapes. Many Americans who first came as servicemen decided never to leave, marrying into local families or establishing small businesses in the area. Today, it is still a hub for retirees and middle-aged expats who want tranquility without giving up too many conveniences. And since it's only a few hours from Manila, trips to the capital for medical care, embassy appointments, or flights are relatively simple. Subic Bay may not be the flashiest destination on this list, but for many Americans, it's the perfect compromise, organized, peaceful, and steeped in shared history between the Philippines and the U.S. Cebu City, the Queen City of the South. If Manila is the political and economic center of the Philippines, Cebu City is its southern counterpart, vibrant, modern, and deeply connected to both local culture and global trade. Often called the Queen City of the South, Cebu is the second most important city in the country and a favorite among Americans seeking both opportunity and lifestyle. The expat community here is diverse. Retirees enjoy the relaxed pace. Entrepreneurs take advantage of Cebu's growing tech and business scene, and younger expats, including English teachers and digital nomads, appreciate the combination of modern amenities and island accessibility. Cebu's international airport makes it easy to fly directly to other parts of Asia, a huge advantage for those who want to travel frequently without going through Manila. For day-to-day living, Cebu offers everything an American could want. Modern shopping malls, hospitals with international standards, and reputable universities create a sense of stability. Yet just an hour away are pristine beaches and islands, meaning expats can live in a bustling city during the week and escape to turquoise waters on the weekends. Popular expat enclaves include Mactan Island, known for its beach resorts and condos, IT Park, where modern high-rises host a booming business district, and Lahug, a neighborhood blending residential and commercial life. Compared to Manila, Cebu feels less congested, less polluted, and more manageable in size, while still being cosmopolitan enough to avoid boredom. For Americans who want the best of both worlds, a modern city with access to nature, Cebu City is often the top choice. It's no wonder the community here continues to grow rapidly, attracting everyone from retirees to startup founders. Dumaguete City, the retirement capital. Head south to Negros Oriental, and you'll find Dumaguete, a small city with a big reputation. Known as the City of Gentle People, Dumaguete has become world famous as one of the best places to retire, recognized by Forbes and countless expat publications. For many Americans, it represents the ideal blend of affordability, charm, and community. What makes Dumaguete so appealing? First, the cost of living is remarkably low. Retirees find they can live comfortably on pensions that might barely cover rent back in the U.S. Housing is affordable, food is cheap, and transportation is easy. Add in the welcoming nature of locals, and it's no surprise why so many choose to spend their later years here. But Dumaguete isn't just for retirees. The presence of Philippine University, one of the Philippines' top schools, brings in younger energy and keeps the city from feeling sleepy. Cafes, cultural events, and music festivals add to the lively yet laid-back atmosphere. For divers and adventure seekers, nearby Apo Island offers some of the best underwater experiences in Asia. The American community here is tight-knit. Many expats build support networks, sharing advice on visas, healthcare, and life adjustments. The sense of belonging is strong, something many Americans say they lost back home. Still, Dumaguete has its limitations. It's a smaller city, meaning nightlife is limited and shopping options are basic compared to Cebu or Manila. But for those seeking a quiet, affordable, and welcoming home base, Dumaguete consistently ranks as one of the Philippines' top choices for Americans starting a new life abroad. Bacolod City, the City of Smiles. Just across the water from Dumaguete lies Bacolod, the City of Smiles. Known for its warmth, food culture, and colorful mascara festival, Bacolod has emerged as another favorite for Americans seeking balance in their new lives. Bacolod combines modern comforts with provincial charm. It's not as hectic as Cebu or Manila, but it has enough infrastructure to make daily life easy: reliable hospitals, shopping centers, and a growing number of residential developments. For expats, this means access to quality services without the overwhelming pace of a megacity. Americans here are drawn to Bacolod's reputation for friendliness. Locals are known for their hospitality, and it's common for foreigners to be quickly integrated into neighborhood and family gatherings. For many who left the U.S. due to feelings of isolation, this sense of belonging is invaluable. The city also has a thriving food scene, from its famous chicken inasal, grilled chicken, to upscale restaurants. Festivals like Mascara, where the city bursts into color and dance, give expats a taste of Filipino joy and community spirit. Healthcare infrastructure is strong and improving, making it attractive for retirees. Meanwhile, younger expats and entrepreneurs appreciate the city's affordability and growing economy, especially in IT and business outsourcing. Bacolod offers a quieter alternative to bigger cities, but it's far from boring. Life here revolves around family, community, food, and festivals, values that resonate strongly with many Americans looking for a fresh start. Iloilo City, the Heritage Haven. On the western side of the Visayas lies Iloilo City, a place where history and modern life intertwine beautifully. Known for its well-preserved Spanish-era churches, colonial houses, and centuries-old plazas, Iloilo feels like stepping back in time while still enjoying all the comforts of a modern city. For Americans looking for a slower pace of life, this balance makes Iloilo one of the most attractive destinations in the country. But it's not just about the heritage charm. Iloilo has quietly built a reputation as one of the cleanest, safest, and most organized cities outside Metro Manila. Streets are wider, the pace is calmer, and locals take pride in keeping their neighborhoods well kept. Healthcare facilities here are solid, making it especially appealing for retirees or families who want reliable access without the chaos of bigger urban centers. The city has also become a hub for the growing IT and BPO, business process outsourcing, industry. With an educated English-speaking workforce, many outsourcing companies have established offices here, creating opportunities for Americans in tech, management, or entrepreneurship. Some expats even base their remote businesses in Iloilo, drawn to its affordability and talent pool. One of Iloilo's gems is the Iloilo River Esplanade, a beautifully developed waterfront park perfect for morning walks, jogging, or family outings. Retirees especially enjoy this outdoor lifestyle, where exercise and community gathering blend seamlessly. Combine that with festivals like Dinagiang, and expats get a taste of both heritage and vibrant modern Filipino culture. For Americans who want a balance of safety, culture, and opportunity, Iloilo offers a peaceful yet progressive environment, a city that honors its past while confidently looking to the future. Davao City, safe and organized. Down in Mindanao, Davao City stands as the country's largest city by land area and one of its most unique. Once the stronghold of former President Rodrigo Duterte, Davao gained a reputation for being one of the safest and most disciplined cities in the Philippines. For Americans used to strict rules and orderly governance, this level of structure can feel reassuring. Housing here is affordable, with everything from modern condos to suburban-style houses at prices far below U.S. standards. The cost of living makes it especially appealing to retirees on fixed incomes or younger expats working remotely. But what really sets Davao apart is its proximity to nature. Within an hour, you can be scaling Mount Apo, the highest peak in the Philippines, or relaxing on the beaches of Samal Island. Ecotourism is a big part of the local lifestyle, with waterfalls, hiking trails, and diving spots all within reach. Davao also prides itself on being self-sufficient. It has large hospitals with advanced medical facilities, reputable universities, and a strong agricultural base that keeps food costs low. Expats who prioritize healthcare and fresh produce often point to these factors as major reasons for settling here. The American community in Davao is growing, particularly among those who value peace and order. While some find the city's stricter rules, like smoking bans and curfews in certain areas, a bit restrictive, others see them as a refreshing change from the chaos of larger cities. The only real downside is distance. Davao is far from Manila, and while it has an international airport, travel options can be more limited compared to Cebu or the capital. Still, for many Americans, Davao represents the ideal: affordable, safe, organized, and close to nature. Baguio City, the summer capital. Not all Americans moving to the Philippines are chasing tropical beaches. Some are escaping the heat entirely. For them, Baguio City is the answer. Perched high in the mountains of northern Luzon, Baguio is known as the summer capital of the Philippines. It has cool temperatures, pine-covered hills, and foggy mornings. It feels worlds apart from the steamy lowlands. Americans who struggle with tropical climates often find Baguio more livable year-round. It's not unusual to need a light jacket in the evenings. That's something you'd rarely experience elsewhere in the country. This mountain climate makes Baguio especially attractive to retirees and families who prefer cooler, cleaner air. Culturally, Baguio has a distinct vibe. It's a mix of university town, artist hub, and retirement community. With several universities and art centers, the city has a youthful, creative energy. Cafes, craft shops, and cultural festivals give it a bohemian feel. Nearby strawberry farms and traditional markets highlight its local charm. For expats who enjoy a quieter, more reflective lifestyle, Baguio offers a refreshing change of pace. The downsides? Accessibility can be a challenge. The nearest major airport is hours away. The mountain roads can become congested, especially during holidays. Occasional landslides during the rainy season also pose risks. Still, many Americans see these as small inconveniences compared to the comfort and tranquility the city provides. In Baguio, life feels slower, simpler, and cooler, literally. For expats tired of the sweltering sun, this mountaintop retreat offers a climate and culture unlike anywhere else in the Philippines. Cagayan de Oro, the adventure hub. Cagayan de Oro, or CDO, is known as the City of Golden Friendship. True to its nickname, the city is famous for its welcoming atmosphere. Americans often cite this friendliness as one of their favorite parts of living here. But CDO isn't just about smiles and hospitality. It's also the adventure capital of northern Mindanao. Whitewater rafting on the Cagayan River has become its signature attraction. It draws thrill seekers from around the world. For Americans who love the outdoors, CDO offers hiking trails, waterfalls, caves, and nearby beaches. It's an active lifestyle destination where weekends are spent exploring, not just relaxing. The city itself is growing quickly. Modern malls, new residential developments, and expanding universities give it a strong urban core. Healthcare facilities are improving. This makes it increasingly attractive for retirees who don't want to sacrifice medical care for affordability. The expat community here is smaller than in Cebu or Angeles, but it's steadily growing. Many Americans choose CDO for its balance. It's modern enough to offer conveniences, but not yet overcrowded or overly expensive. Some even see it as the next big thing in Philippine expat destinations. Infrastructure continues to develop, fueling that belief. For Americans looking for something beyond the usual hotspots, Cagayan de Oro delivers. It offers adventure, affordability, and a warm, welcoming community. It may not have the name recognition of Cebu or Manila, but for those who find it, CDO is often described as a hidden gem. Puerto Princesa and Palawan Islands. When Americans dream of the Philippines, they often imagine pristine beaches and turquoise waters. They picture untouched natural beauty. That dream is reality in Palawan, often called one of the most beautiful islands in the world. Its gateway city, Puerto Princesa, has become a small but growing hub for American expats seeking paradise. The island itself offers endless opportunities for exploration. There's the famous underground river. There are island-hopping tours in El Nido. Divers flock to Coron. For retirees and adventurers alike, Palawan feels like stepping into a postcard. But paradise comes with trade-offs. Puerto Princesa and surrounding towns are still developing. Modern conveniences, like large hospitals, shopping malls, or international schools, are limited. For many expats, though, that's part of the charm. They trade convenience for tranquility. They choose island life over city life. Among all the destinations on this list, Palawan is perhaps the most idyllic. It's where Americans go not just to live, but to escape. They find peace, beauty, and simplicity in one of the world's most stunning natural settings. Why Americans are leaving the US? Now that we've toured the 11 cities where Americans are making new lives, it's worth asking a big question. Why are so many leaving the United States in the first place? The first and most obvious reason is the cost of living crisis. Housing prices in many U.S. cities have soared beyond reach. Healthcare is infamously expensive. Everyday costs, from groceries to gas, keep climbing. For retirees on fixed pensions or workers with modest salaries, living comfortably in the U.S. has become harder than ever. In the Philippines, those same pensions or salaries can stretch much further. Americans can live not just comfortably, but sometimes luxuriously. Healthcare is another huge factor. In the U.S., a single hospital visit can wipe out savings. In the Philippines, quality healthcare is much more affordable. Private hospitals in major cities often meet international standards. For aging Americans, this financial security in healthcare alone can make moving abroad worthwhile. Beyond economics, there's a growing sense of political fatigue. The U.S. has become increasingly polarized. Constant debates and cultural battles wear people down. Many Americans say they move abroad not just for affordability, but also to escape stress, division, and negativity. The rise of remote work has also played a role. The pandemic showed millions of Americans that their jobs could be done from anywhere. With a laptop and good internet, why not work from a tropical island instead of a cramped apartment in an expensive U.S. city? This shift has opened the door for younger expats, not just retirees, to make the move. There's also a deeper, more emotional reason: community and belonging. Many Americans feel isolated back home, where individualism often outweighs community ties. In the Philippines, hospitality and family-centered culture provide a sense of connection. Expats often say that Filipinos welcome them as neighbors, friends, and even extended family. They rarely experience this kind of warmth in the U.S. The stories speak for themselves. One American couple sold their small home in California. They moved to Dumaguete and now live in a beachfront house with money left over each month. The Philippines offers not just a new home, but a new way of living. It's something many feel they could no longer find back in America. We've now traveled across the Philippines, city by city. We've seen the 11 major places where Americans are settling in large numbers. From Metro Manila's high-rise condos and nightlife, to Dumaguite's relaxed retirement scene, to the adventure landscapes of Cagayan de Oro, to the pristine beauty of Palawan, it's clear that the Philippines offers something for almost every type of American looking for a new beginning. And here's the big takeaway. The Philippines is no longer just a retirement escape. What we're seeing now is the beginning of a much larger migration trend. For some Americans, it's about freedom. They're escaping stress, enjoying a slower pace of life, and finding community. For others, it's about survival. They're escaping the crushing costs of housing, healthcare, and daily living in the United States. The move is less about running away and more about choosing differently. Looking ahead, the trend is only going to accelerate. Remote work has broken down borders. It allows Americans to earn U.S. incomes while living in far more affordable places. Retirees are discovering that their pensions stretch 2 or 3 times farther here than they ever would back home. Younger families are enrolling their kids in international schools. Entrepreneurs are investing in local businesses. As global migration becomes more normalized, the Philippines stands out. It's geographically close to the U.S., culturally familiar, English-speaking, and remarkably welcoming. But this raises an important question for the future. Can the Philippines absorb this growing wave of American expats? Infrastructure, healthcare, housing, and cultural integration will all be tested as more foreigners arrive. At the same time, it's an opportunity. Americans bring investment, tourism, and cultural exchange. These can benefit local communities if managed well. So maybe the real question isn't why Americans are leaving America. That much is already clear. They're seeking affordability, belonging, and a better quality of life. The real question is whether the Philippines is ready for the American wave that's still coming. Based on what we're seeing today in these 11 cities, the answer may well shape the future of both countries in ways we're only beginning to imagine.